Morning Drive with Mike Bagley and Pete Pistone.
For the top of the hour, we're back on the Morning Drive. Coming up, we will review the Ambetter Health 400, and you'll hear from the top finishers. More of your checker flags, black flags on the way as well. Hey, Pete?
Yes.
What is today?
Today, Bagman, is Monday, March 20th, 2023.
Today is the Great American Meat Out. Basically, I think you had to give up meat today.
Oh.
Is what, you know, how you have the smoke out and all that stuff, and you have things that you're pausing. I would have thought they would have done this on a Friday, but they're doing it on a Monday.
All right. Well, I don't know what my meal plan is for the day, but I guess I'll steer away from meat. Okay.
Today is International Astrology Day.
Gemini, Baggy, what are you?
Capricorn.
You don't pay attention? You were sort of shaking your head there.
Well, when I go to date someone, if one of the first go-tos is, well, I'm a Sagittarius. What are you?
Yeah, well.
Red flag. Shut it down.
Totally agree.
Do not go any further than that. I don't go any further
I've
than
never
that.
agreed with anybody more than
Hell
you
no.
right now.
It's not 1976. I mean, I felt like that was a thing then. I mean, now if you're going by astrological signs of whether or not you should date or not, please. Please.
And that's a turnoff, even if it's not a dating scenario.
Yeah.
But if you put that much stock in astrology, I question your decision-making skills.
What sign were you born?
abilities.
What sign were you born under? No smoking.
I was born under OR. That way. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this astrology nonsense. Look, there are some people that do that, the tarot cards, and hey, if that's your thing, I salute you. But that's not mine, and I don't want any parts of that stuff.
I read
Because
them.
everything that happens, well, you're a Capricorn and you're predisposed to this. No.
Yeah, I read them. I read them in the newspaper every morning because it's like 2 sentences, and then it's just like.
But all that stuff's made up.
I know.
All that
I
stuff's
know.
real.
But then you're like, well, wait a minute. Didn't my horoscope say today was going to be a good day? No meat. That's not a good day.
Today is International Day of Happiness.
Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy,
Thank you,
joy,
Ren and Stimpy. Appreciate that. Yeah. Be happy. It takes less muscles in your mouth to smile than it does to frown. Did you know that, Mike?
Chris Rice
Well,
told
here's
us.
here is also another thing that to dovetail on the back of that.
No.
To me, it's all about how you start your day. If you get out of bed with a negative attitude and just a messy attitude of, well, today is going to suck. I can't believe I got to do this. You have just resigned yourself to failure for the entire day. If that's how you start it, that's how it's going to go. Get out of bed, be appreciative, be thankful, be gracious, and find the light in things as opposed to just ensconcing yourself in darkness. No. Come on.
All right.
You guys light up my world like nobody else.
You light up my life. Thank you.
No, but
Debbie
I know
Gibson.
people who will get up and start the day on just negative, and it's old. It's come on.
Positive
Life
mental
is not
attitude, baby.
perfect.
Right.
Life is not perfect. We are reminded of this every day, so let's put some sunshine into this mix. It's
like going to a super speedway with a preconceived notion you're going to have a bad race. It's the same thing. You're not going to have a good day if you go in thinking you're going to have a bad day. Every life has blemishes. By the way, I have one on my forehead here where I'm a little concerned about, but you know what I'm saying? Start yourself with a PMA, positive mental attitude.
Put some cream on that.
I know,
we don't have to be reminded that things are negative because everywhere we turn, it's in our faces.
Oh, my God.
Bring rays of positivity into the world.
Okay.
Anyway, we move on.
Thank you,
Thank
Chris
you,
Rice.
Bagman. Thank you, Chris Rice.
Today is French Language Day.
Oui, oui. I don't know much.
Bonjour, madame.
Uh-huh.
Is the French language the classiest language, sounding language out there? It just sounds so regal. The
Yeah.
way the French speak?
Well, they say French is the language of love, so maybe, you know.
Oh,
Overrated.
I'll give you an example. So I used
Overrated.
to have my second grade teacher. I still remember her to this day. I think second or third grade. I had Mrs. Merritt.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Merritt was French. And then we had
Madame
Mrs. Cataldi. Mrs. Cataldi in high school. Well, Mrs. Cataldi, classy lady. I mean, classy. And she would go up and down the halls. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour.
Yeah.
And she would just be, and we're like, hey, what's up, Miss Cataldi? Bonjour.
What's
And
up?
just so classy. And it just sounds so regal and elegant, the French language and the way the French speak.
Until
I
they
had
speak
it-
to you and they're mad at you for no reason.
I took 1 year of French and then I switched to Spanish. And my Spanish teacher was sort of the woman that you're talking about here. She was the young teacher, Miss Allison. And we were all in love with Miss Allison. She was young and she was fun and she taught us Spanish. Then she got married one summer and she came back and she was Mrs. Clocker.
Devastating.
Mrs. Clocker? What the hell happened to Miss Allison? Come on. What? Clocker?
Today, by the way, kids, the first day of spring, we will celebrate the vernal equinox at 5:24 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
Thank God. Thank goodness.
God.
Thank you, Joe. Again.
Today is also World Flower Day.
All right. Well, flowers starting to
Very
come up
important.
here. Daffodils are starting to come up. They say, let's go.
No, flower as in the baking flour,
Oh.
not the flowers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that might be coming up too. I don't know.
Today's also World Frog Day.
TCU Horny Frogs have cruised to a 4-0 start. The Horny Frogs.
They're still in it.
The Horny Frogs. Did you ever eat frog legs, Baggy?
No.
No. That was my dad's favorite joke. You know, my dad could have been on those Progressive commercials. My dad's favorite joke. He would tell the waiter, "Do you have frog legs?" Yes, I do. Well, hop in the kitchen and get me some coffee.
Okay. Thank you, Sam.
Moving on.
And Petey just did something right there that taps into our final celebration of the day, World Storytelling Day.
Oh, I have all sorts of stories. Went to an 80th birthday party for an uncle on Saturday night. Oh, my goodness. I sent you guys a picture. You couldn't swing a dead cat without hitting a paisan in that house. Are you kidding me?
Don't get too dramatic.
Holy cow.
On this day in 1616, Walter Riley was released from the Tower of London to go seek gold in Guyana.
Gold jacket, green jacket, who gives a
What? Easy. Take it easy.
Take it easy. On this day in 1760, the Great Fire of Boston destroyed 349 buildings.
So you don't hear a lot about the Boston fire. You hear about the Chicago fire, but that was devastating. Totally.
On this day in 1865, a plan by John Wilkes Booth to abduct President Lincoln was ruined when Lincoln changed his plans and did not appear at the soldiers' home near Washington, D.C.
Well, that just made him mad, didn't it?
Telling you.
Let's go to the theater instead.
Prolonged things.
Yes.
On this day in 1868, Jesse James Gang robbed a bank in Russellville, Kentucky, and got $14,000.
Really? And some hot dogs.
On this day in 1890, the General Foundation of Women's Clubs was founded.
You go, girl.
You darn right you go, girl. Women.
On this day in 1897, the first intercollegiate basketball game that used 5 players per team was held. The contest was Yale versus Pennsylvania. Yale won 32-10.
And I still missed that game in my bracket.
On this day in 1911, the National Squash Tennis Association was formed in New York City.
Oh, so would you like to play some squash? Who needs squash? What kind of a name is that for a sport? Squash. It's a vegetable.
Beats
What-
playing zucchini.
I was going to say, you want to go to the kumquat court when we're done?
Birthdays today. Fred Rogers would have been 95. Barron Trump is 17. Bianca Lawson is 44. Spike Lee is 66. Steve McFadden, 64. Jamal Crawford, 43. Other birthdays include birthdays for Jeff Brabham and Paige Decker.
Well, happy birthday, one and all, on this Monday, March 20th, 2023.